more equipment, more support, more care. That's why the Guardian Group Shine 5K is so important.
Our rural hospitals are lifelines for so many, yet they're sometimes overlooked. Through this year's Shine 5K, Guardian Life is privileged to stand in support of the Noel Holmes Hospital. Your support means better access, better care, and brighter health outcomes for families in Lucy and surrounding communities.
The Noel Holmes Hospital is proud to be one of this year's beneficiary of Guardian Group's 5K Run Walk. We're very grateful for this initiative as it will provide us with essential equipment, help us with infrastructure, which will in turn help us with staffing.
Thank you for running for us.
In a world where innovation meets tradition, agriculture is evolving like never before. From the latest sustainable farming technologies to age-old practices passed down through generation, agriculture is
precious to me.
I love the animals. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I love working.
Join us right here on CVM TV every Sunday during news at 7 as we explore the people, the science, and the breakthroughs that are shaping the way we grow, eat, and live. You don't want to miss it. This is Farming Forward.
Is it front left puncture, was it? Or rear left?
Yeah. Rear left. I think he's got front left suspension damage as well or something, hasn't he? It doesn't look like it's completely square.
That's frustrating. Yeah. Well, he got tagged and he went twice. We're going to try and take a look at it in a minute once he's crossed the line. Here comes Fraser. Unfortunately, that's going to...
Saturday Match Night, powered by Mackay Security. Saturday Match Night, powered by Mackay Security.
George.
Welcome to the coverage of the Kasafa Championship semi-finals here on CVM TV, and yes, that will be the only glitch you'll hear on this night. The Constant Spring Field is where the action is, and we're going to be seeing a contest, first leg between Augustown FC and Constant Spring FC, both teams the long trek back to football's top flight, the reigning debut, Jamaica Premier League, and they are some ways away, but the target is within sight, in the distance, and they'll be gunning to ensure that they take another step to take them back to the promised land, which is competition in the top flight football competition here in Jamaica. The coaches or representatives from the coaching staff, respective coaching staff, spoke to our team up there at Constant Spring, And this is what they had to say as they look forward to tonight's contest.
So I'm here with Coach David Layla and assistant Dwight Morgan of Augustown FC. You guys have a semi-final in just a few moments against Constant Spring FC in the KSAFA Championship. Coach, how are you feeling heading into tonight's match?
Feel good. The players are feeling good, so it's a good day to have a semi-final.
So, Coach, you win tonight, you advance to the finals with a chance to get into, the coveted Tier 2 spots, which is just a step away from the nation's premier JPL. Do you relish the opportunity to get that chance to bring your team to the highest level of national football?
Well, definitely. I mean, we have been having a 5-year plan, but at the end of the day, if we can do it in 1 year, then that's good. It's a bonus for us.
So you'd say you're ahead of schedule right now?
Well, definitely. We are definitely ahead of schedule, but we would say that the Lord's will be done. And that's just it. If the Lord sees fit for us at this time in our career, or at this time in Augustown life, to go to the final and to go to Tier 2, then so be it. We are prepared for it.
All right, Coach. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
So I'm here with assistant coach Gregory Walters of Constant Spring FC. Coach, semi-final just a few moments away. What was the message to the team in the dressing room?
Well, we just asked them to stay positive, keep the focus, and just try to do what we ask them to do in training, so just bring it out on the pitch on the day.
So Coach, as you know, the second semi-final tomorrow, would you be keeping an eye on that game as well? Have you been keeping notes on both of those competitors to know, who you could potentially be facing in the final?
Well, we're not really worried about the other teams for tomorrow game. We're just focusing on this game that we have today, because we have to win to be able to face one of those opponents, all right?
All right, thanks, Coach. All the best.
All right, so we've heard from both teams as we look ahead to this contest. Nathan Curtis is with me. And Nathan, it's the hard slog back to football's top flight for both these teams, but that's not the consideration this evening. The focus is on these 90 minutes ahead of them and how they can plot a way past the obstacle. Augustown, the obstacle Constant Spring, the obstacle is Augustown. That's all they're working, that's all that's occupying their thoughts at this time, it's fair to say.
And you see that both coaching staff kind of have the same focus. The only way to get to Tier 2 is to at least win your semi-finals, win the finals to get there. So both teams seem to be very focused on getting through this. It's a one and done. You don't get a second chance at this. You have to show up and show it, or you're gone and it's all over again. And starting from the bottom up is not a tough thing down here. Augustown has been languishing in the lower leagues for some time, trying to get back to that promised land of the Premier League. So it's a hard tussle.
Yeah, Constant Spring once one of the staples in top flight football in Jamaica, when, of course, they're symbol for so many years. Danny Lynn, the man at the helm of not just the football team, but the football club, the project there at Constant Spring, at least the public-facing representation of Constant Spring, of blessed memory. And it was his lifelong dream to see Spring, known as the Golden Aces when they were founded in 1955, to see them back in top-flight football in Jamaica. You always felt that was where they belonged. But as you've said, Nathan, it's been a long time since we saw Spring in the top flight, and these boys will relish the chance to take, well, not even baby steps anymore, because the baby steps were in the preliminaries of this CSAFA Championship. They'd want to take a giant step towards putting themselves back in the top flight, in tribute to Danilin, and of course in advancement of their own personal ambitions as footballers.
Yeah, definitely. And as we say, it's a hard climb. You look at a team like JDF, who was in the finals last year, to come back again and be in the semi-finals. It doesn't guarantee you that you'll get to the Premier League. Boys Town made it to Tier 2. Doesn't guarantee you to get to the Premier League. So it is a hard slog. Constant Spring knows what's ahead of them. Augustown knows what's ahead of them. I think it's going to be a great game with two teams who know exactly what they need to do.
Certainly hope so. All right, we take a break here as we cover the KSAFA Championship semi-finals here live on CVM TV.
Saturday match night.
This Mother's Day, it's Romaine Virgo and Friends live Sunday, May 11 at Palm Drive, Hope Gardens, featuring Tori Latour, Janelle Mills, Savannah, Mortimer, and more. Hosted by Jade. Admission $6,000 pre-sold, $8,000 at the gate. VIP $10,000 pre-sold, $12,000 at the gate. Get your tickets now at From Head to Fleek, 2 Balmoral Avenue, Fontana Pharmacy, Barbican, and Waterloo, or Fesco Brighton in Portmore. Tickets also available at RomaineVirgo.com. That's Romaine Virgo and Friends live this Mother's Day.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Hey you don't want no people in your business?
You should take advantage of CVM TV's unbeatable small business advertising package. Trust me.
And get your goods and services in front of your customers today.
For $150,000, you get a high-quality professional commercial.
Plus 20 prime-time commercial spots.
That's massive exposure at a fraction of the cost.
Including on the #1 morning show in Jamaica, Sunrise.
So don't wait. Call us on 658-208-5377 and see your business goals happen right here on CVM Television.
Project STAR is about people working together. I mean, we say it's a program of the JCF and the PSOJ, but that's one collaboration. But ultimately, it's a program of the community members in their own spaces, working with other stakeholders to bring about solutions. It's community-led, and it's community-informed, and it's community-owned.
Stronger communities don't happen by chance. They're built by people, purpose, and partnership. Through Shine 5K, we are proud to walk and run for community transformation with Project STAR.
When you support the Shine 5K, you are supporting the work of STAR. And the work of STAR is about collaborating at the community level to bring about social and economic transformation.
Together, we can invest in safer and more empowered spaces for every Jamaican to thrive. Join us.
Where the difference is made. Where titles are decided. Where respect is earned. Excel here and you could go down in history. It's the final third. CVM TV's weekly JPL preview show every Sunday, starting 30 minutes before our live broadcast. Get insight, analysis, and hear from your favorite players weekly, just before we bring you our feature broadcast for the day. Move from defense to attack and join us in the final third. This and every Sunday until the end of the JPL season.
Every dream conquered is another dream gained. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction. 'Cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard. And the music keeps on playing, and the people them I say we are my show tonight.
This Mother's Day, it's Romaine, Virgo, and Friends live Sunday, May 11 at Palm Drive, Hope Gardens. Featuring Tori Latour, Janelle Mills, Savannah, Mortimer, and more. Hosted by Jade. Admission $6,000 pre-sold, $8,000 at the gate. VIP $10,000 pre-sold, $12,000 at the gate. Get your tickets now at From Head to Fleek, 2 Balmoral Avenue, Fontana Pharmacy, Barbican, and Waterloo, or Vesco Brighton in Portmore. Tickets also available at RomaineVirgo.com. That's Romaine, Virgo, and Friends live this Mother's Day.
A common practice while socializing, celebrating, or just relaxing is the consumption of alcohol. To some, this is second nature. All too common also are the negative effects that drinking has on the human body. While occasional drinking is not necessarily a problem, it's the excessive intake that can have severe consequences. The effects of too much alcohol consumption include blurred vision, breathing problems, impaired judgment, concentration problems, slurred speech, and of course, addiction resulting from long-term use. Now, these effects may vary based on a variety of factors such as how much you drink, how often you drink, your age, health status, and family history. Alcohol use does not have to be reckless. Here are some tips to practice responsible drinking.
Plan ahead. If you plan on drinking at an event, get a designated driver.
Shoulder.
Yeah.
Set your own limit. No how much is too much.
Know your family history. If you come from a family with a history of alcohol dependence, you might want to limit your drinking.
Remember, responsible drinking is a very simple thing.
Yo, this is Bungee God.
And this is Rayan Lyons. See it happen
on CVM TV.
See it happen on CVM TV. That's what he's trying to say. See it happen on CVM TV. Thank you. See it happen.
See it happen.
Alright people, this is it. Brace yourselves, because now you're wondering what is happening here. Them let me out again.
Yay, we're so excited, and we're not alone because today in Car Studio we have Chris and Michaela. So we have social media and sound with us today because we are hitting the road and we are heading.
And we're going to the Don Robin Early Childhood Institution.
Yes.
Because we're going to be teachers.
Yes, for the day. You know, we talk about the importance of teachers all the time, how important their role is. You know how passionate we are about that. And so today we thought we'd go and relieve a couple teachers, put ourselves in their shoes, just to remind everybody out there what an incredible job it is and an incredibly important job it is.
A very important job, because
looking forward to that.
If it wasn't for that job, I remember when I used to read that book, my name is Roy.
Oh.
I am a boy.
They didn't have that book when I went to school. I joke, look, them on left way, come.
Yeah,
let us hit the road.
Come with me.
All right, we are just about pulling up now.
Yes.
I'm excited, are you?
I'm now thinking that perhaps I should switch roles and I do music. Are you the PE?
No, thank you, sir. But I'm afraid of children, you know.
Yeah.
And them would tell it things, you know.
Look here.
They're not afraid to tell you the truth.
Here we go. We ready? Tommy, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
I am ready.
Here we go.
We are not ready. This is the hardest job in the world. So let's be real.
Listen, remember, you know, Tammy is a fit one, right?
And you're the musical one?
I watch her vlogs and she goes to the gym, right?
Not for a while.
I'm the musical one. But hold on there, if I'm not the fit one, I'm the musical one.
That's not what we have to be worried about. We have to be worried about having to take care of the children. It's not easy. It's not easy. You think the teacher work easy? The hardest job. Trust me, my friend.
Listen carefully. If Tammy is saying taking care of the children, not easy.
Not easy.
When she get daily
Your
practice.
Your children is one thing, but next people's children, that is another thing. Because we have to go nice the whole time. Oh my gosh, there's Miss Jackson now.
What am I doing?
Oh, she's right
One thing I learn, Just send them out to lunchtime.
That is it. And playtime and
Love
PE.
lunchtime. And PE.
Hi, Miss Jackson. How are you?
Hi, Miss Jackson. How are you?
I'm Tammy.
Thanks. Welcome to
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Formerly known as Don Robin Basic School.
Yes, yes.
Don Robin's Early Childhood started in September 1983 with 10 children enrolled and one teacher, Mrs. Marva Jackson. The school continued to grow as persons in the community heard of our readiness program that we offer at the Don Robin Early Childhood. Continuing to grow, we had challenges because we were in a very small building which had no doors, no windows. When it rains, it was a great challenge. We spoke, and then CVM, Mr. Winston Casanova, and members of the CVM Youth Club came on board and assisted us with a roof. We applauded them for that effort. Now the school continued to grow, and we continue to excel. And we continue in this old building. But God has provided the 1980, in 2005, World Bank came in and they offered us a building. Now that building hosts 140
What you saying to me? What you saying to me?
7 teachers on staff.
I'm going to ask you a question now, because since you are the founder, when you look at a prospective teacher, can you tell if they're going to be good or what they can teach well? Look at me now and tell me, what do you think I can teach well?
Sports.
All right. And me?
That's what I'm talking about.
I can teach a little. All right. High five. Sign me up.
Child again today because I'm so excited to meet you guys.
All right, let's go in. All right.
Let's go on now.
Good morning. Hi, guys.
Good morning.
All right, so guys, we have Auntie Tammy with us today, and we have Uncle Ity that's going to be with us today. All right, guys? Are you excited?
Balakadab, balakadab, balakadab. Make the cat sound. Make the cat sound. Leapfrog. Follow me. Leapfrog. Follow me. Follow me.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Teaching already. It goes like this. Good morning to you, and how do you do? Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning to you, and how do you do? Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Class 3. Let's try this side. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Jesus' love is a bubbling over. Jesus' love is a bubbling over. Jesus' love is a bubbling over. Hallelujah. Love is, all right. Oh, bubbling over. Bubbling over. Hallelujah. All right, guys, give yourselves a round of applause because we have to go and check in with Uncle Ity right now.
Ring a rosy, pocket full of your ash. stretch, reach to the sky. Somebody reach to the sky. Touch the sky. Anybody reach the sky yet? Yeah. Touch the sky. We're gonna say goodbye to all our friends at home. Look, come on, look this way, look this way, look this way. Come on, look this way. I'm gonna say bye. Say goodbye. Say okay. All right, so we completed our first day as teachers. What a day.
Last day too.
Not first day, it's the last day. Oh my word. No, we, the substitute, need some substitutes.
Yes.
All right, but trust me.
You guys are all amazing.
Awesome job that you do. And we salute you.
Amazing. And we didn't want to, yes, honestly, and the children are so lovely. And like I said to you earlier, what you have built here, what it has grown into is just awesome. And we're very grateful for all that you do every single day. We didn't want to come empty-handed either. So we have Shanae Morris here coming from JN with a little token of appreciation for each of you, which she'll tell you more about.
Thank you so much, Tammy. We want to tell you thank you for the hard work that you have done. We love our teachers, and it is such a pleasure to give back. And so happy Teachers Day, Free Teachers Day. From our hearts to you.
Miss Hyde, Miss Braham, and Mrs. Burrett, and she's the principal. When she comes around, you keep quiet.
That's right, but I hope you guys enjoy that, enjoy your day, and thank you so much. All right, I think we could go back our real job here, because this too hard.
Come, Tammy. Come, Tammy.
I love waking up every day in this country. This is where I was born and raised. I have such a passion for my country, and for me this is home. In Jamaica, a lot of people, they look at just like beach, sea, sand, but our mountains are something to behold. It's majestic up there, and it's a different type of peace. It's a different type of lifestyle completely. I could mention many different places that are amazing, but the one thing I do love about Jamaica as well is that you can find that relaxation, you can find that chill in your backyard. Apart from it being an incredibly beautiful country, an incredibly beautiful island, we have a wonderful, wonderful culture, wonderful, vibrant, colorful people. There is definitely a realness to Jamaica. There's definitely something that no matter what keeps you in touch with reality here. Why come to Jamaica? It all comes back down to Jamaica as a whole. The food, the music, the culture, the people, the climate. Come out and meet us, come out and experience what Jamaica has to offer.
Where the difference is made. Where titles are decided. Where respect is earned. Excel here and you could go down in history. It's the final third. CVM TV's weekly JPL preview show every Sunday, starting 30 minutes before our live broadcast. Get insight, analysis, and hear from your favorite players weekly, just before we bring you our feature broadcast for the day. Move from defense to attack and join us in the final third. This and every Sunday until the end of the JPL season.
Every dream conquered is another dream gained. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction, 'cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard. And the music keeps on playing, and the people them I say we are my show tonight.
Noel Holmes Hospital, we see hope every day. But we also see the need for more equipment, more support, more care. That's why the Guardian Group Shine 5K is so important.
Our rural hospitals are lifelines for so many, yet they're sometimes overlooked. Through this year's Shine 5K, Guardian Life is privileged to stand in support of the Noel Holmes Hospital. Your support means better access, better care, and brighter health outcomes for families in Lucy and surrounding communities.
The Noel Holmes Hospital is proud to be one of this year's beneficiary of Guardian Group's 5K Run Walk. We're very grateful for this initiative as it will provide us with essential equipment, help us with infrastructure, which will in turn help us with staffing.
Thank you for running for us.
From politics to global events, from social issues to breaking news, Lead Story Prime dives deeper, cuts through the noise, and uncovers the stories that shape your world. Join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Lead Story Prime with me, George Davis, for an hour of incisive analysis, expert interviews, and unparalleled coverage of the issues you care about. Lead Story Prime, your front row seat to the most compelling discussions. Lead Story Prime, where the truth comes first. Only on CVM TV.
This Mother's Day, it's Romaine, Virgo, and Friends live Sunday, May 11 at Palm Drive, Hope Gardens, featuring Tori Latour, Janelle Mills, Savannah, Mortimer, and more. Hosted by Jade. Admission $6,000 pre-sold, $8,000 at the gate. VIP $10,000 pre-sold, $12,000 at the gate. Get your tickets now at From Head to Fleek, 2 Balmoral Avenue, Fontana Pharmacy, Barbican, and Waterloo, or Vesco Brighton in Portmore. Tickets also available at RomaineVirgo.com. That's Romaine, Virgo, and Friends live this Mother's Day.
In a world where innovation meets tradition, agriculture is evolving like never before. From the latest sustainable farming technologies to age-old practices passed down through generation, agriculture is
precious to me.
I love the animals. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I love working.
Join us right here on CVM TV every Sunday during news at 7 as we explore the people, the science, and the breakthroughs that are shaping the way we grow, eat, and live. You don't want to miss it. This is Farming Forward.
Hey you know all the people in your business?
You should take advantage of CVM TV's unbeatable small business advertising package. Trust me.
And get your goods and services in front of your customers today.
For $150,000, you get a high-quality professional commercial.
Plus 20 prime-time commercial spots.
That's massive exposure at a fraction of the cost.
Including on the #1 morning show in Jamaica, Sunrise.
So don't wait. Call us on 658-208-5377 and see your business goals happen right here on CVM Television.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
This is the Aedes aegypti mosquito that spreads the Zika, chikungunya, and dengue viruses. Search for its breeding sites and destroy them.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
The time by the ministry. Easter vibes may be fading, but let's take a colorful look back at the paint and play fun.
Today is beautiful. I actually wanted her to do something Easter, so I'm glad she was able to get out and do this. She loves painting, so she loves the whole entire event.
So this is our third staging, and as I said, this is the first time we're doing an outside event, and thanks to the aesthetics of the artisan village, everything looks so nice and wonderful, and we're just happy that the parents and the children loved it.
Bones, painting, and an Easter egg hunt. It's a lot of fun.
I like it because it's what I like to do. I love to draw and stuff like that, so it's fun, and I love kids also, so it's all come together and I really enjoy it. As you can see, the support was great. The parents and children loved it, and I expected nothing less because, of course, it's a family bonding event, and I'm sure every parent and every family endorses what Play It and Play is about, and it's about building family bonds. It's about everybody just coming and having a bonding experience.
Saturday Match Night, powered by Mackay Security.
Good evening and welcome to CVM TV's live coverage of semi-final 1 in the Kasafa Championship. This game pits Constant Spring against August Town from the Constant Spring Sports Complex. So, Constant Spring have home advantage in this very, very important clash against a team they have played against in the Premier League in years gone by, but a team which they have been struggling alongside to get back to the promised land of top flight football here in Jamaica. This game was delayed because of a pulsating clash in one semi-final of the Kasafa Major League, where Red Hills United and Corville Gardens played out a 1-1 regulation time and extra time draw, and in a very topsy-turvy penalty shootout, Red Hills prevailed 10-9 on penalties. The Red Hills goalkeeper Arthur Lamoth, he saved 2 penalties at the death and then came back to stroke the winning penalty, cueing scenes of delirium among the Red Hills supporters, and crestfallen the Corville Gardens bunch were as they left the field. That game is history, Red Hills winning 10-9 on penalties to make a big step towards promotion to the CASAFA Championship, where these two teams are. The refereeing team, we can tell, is led by Malika Reed. He's the man with the whistle. He's being assisted by Kemoro and Sean McClarty. The fourth official is Chris Anderson. Earlier, our interviewer Aidan Alexander spoke with representative of both sets of coaches, and both coaching staff focused on this Kasafa Championship game, focused on their game, not worrying about what the other semi-finalists will do on Sunday, or even worrying about promotion to the top flight via the Tier 2 JFF competition. They're saying it's all about these 90 minutes and the next 90 to come in this tie. Nathan Curtis, it's a great evening for football. We can imagine that many supporters of both these teams are watching this live broadcast here on CVM TV. We hope that the actuality of the 90 minutes accords with the build-up to the start of the 90 minutes.
Definitely. And I mean, you're talking about two teams that, again, you're talking about big communities, you're talking about big history, you're talking about have always kind of brought that type of football. So it's something to look forward to. And you don't get these games on your national TV very often. So it's a great feeling to see Augustown and Constant Spring being on this stage right now.
Excellent. The national anthem is being played and we show due respect. So a shot there of some dignitaries and the CVM TV's oral sway. I see Carvel Stewart, the chairman of Harbourview Football Club, in the shot. So the teams are doing the meet and greet now. Corville Gardens and Red Hills played in the Kasafa Major League semi-final, which went before. This now is the Kasafa Championship semi-final one between Constant Spring in white and Augustown in their traditional red strip. The Constant Spring team for the evening, in case you're wondering, we're going to put that up for you now. And the team reads Jean-Luc Wilmot, Dandra Beckford, O'Neill Mitchell, Ramon Brevitt, Javier Wilmot, Tariq Wilmot, Andrew Pedler, the veteran, Romain Reed, Shaquan Clark, Christopher Clark, and Koliki Richards for the head coach. Yes, you're seeing right. The footballing guru at the schoolboy level, Neville Burtis Bell. For Augustown, Robert Henry, Ramari Brown, Gareth Henry, Dwayne Green, Javon Miller, Danilo McKenzie, Jamar Williams, Ika Hudson, Javoni Johnson, Rashawn Linton, and Konigia Cleghorn for head coach David Lader, a man prominent in the Jamaica Premier League, being one of the assistants to Rudolph Speed at Cavalier SC. As we told you, Malika Reed, the man with the whistle, and he's being supported by a refereeing team that includes Kemo Rowe, Sean McClarty, and the fourth official is Krishmir Anderson. These two teams, Nathan, were colleagues, counterparts, it's better to describe them. Were counterparts in the Jamaica Premier League, the top flight, in 2005-2006. That's the only time they rubbed shoulders as equals at the top flight. It's a long way away from those glory days for these two teams. Today marks a very significant step in the journey, the process back towards top flight respectability.
Definitely, and I mean, as we said, the winners last year of the championship didn't make it to the Premier League. So we know this is a first step, but it's a baby step. You want to win your semi-final, you want to get to the finals, but you know there's a lot more work to be done. So I think these teams are just focused on the 90 minutes that they have in front of them right now. And a coach like Neville Bell, a coach like David Layla, they know you can't overthink this. You can't work too hard for something that you haven't gained yet. You have to win the game first.
Excellent. And we expect Burtis Bell's team to keep possession of the football, to not play many long passes. You expect them to be comfortable on the ball to a man. As we get this championship semi-final one underway here at the Constant Spring Field, the hosts, Constant Spring in the traditional strip. White with the yellow and the blue. And Augustown, of course, in their traditional colors as well. Red. Just sharing the ball around on a surface that's always hard. I maintain that the Constant Spring pitch, one of the hardest in Jamaica. It's almost like concrete. Not great grass cover, a lot of brown because it's so heavily used, given the fact that the lights make it a very attractive surface, especially for Major League and the Kasafa Championship competitions. So it is worse for wear, but even at its best, it's very, very hard out there, and the ball will not. It will be difficult to judge the bounce of the ball, especially in the respective 18-yard boxes. First free kick of the game. Lining it up is Andrew Pedler. Well, he's made way for Shaquan Clark to have a crack. Maybe he'll try to test goalkeeper Henry early, or he'll try to find a teammate. This is some way out, maybe about 35 yards out. Clark goes for the chip. Can't find a white shirt. Early shot for handball, and yes, it came off the arm of the man wearing number 7 for Augustown. And it's a second free kick for the boys in white. Closer still, better angle. And you expect a direct shot at goal here, Nathan?
Yeah, definitely. You're looking at a decent angle, not too far out. As you say, on a pitch like this is one of those that you try to use the bounce in your favor.
Well, their general, Constant Spring, Javier Wilmot, 23 goals to his name already. And he's marking out the run-up. Maybe he fancies number 24, a 4-man wall. Wilmot can't beat the wall, but they'll win a first corner. So Constant Spring prompting the pace in this contest. We're into the 3rd minute. They've had 2 free kicks in dangerous positions, and now they have a corner kick. Augustown haven't passed the halfway line, haven't ventured into Constant Spring territory so far early in this contest. The home team have their tails up. Shaquan Clark with this corner kick. Oh, header on goal, made a connection there. The man wearing number 3, but he couldn't steer his header goal. Those was Dadra Beckford. And harmless in the end. No threat to Robert Henry in goal for Augustown. Augustown promoted to the top flight for the first time in 2006-2007. They stayed there until 2007-2008, relegated at the end of that campaign. They returned 2009-2010, Chris Bender, but then they disappeared, and they haven't been seen in top flight Jamaican football since that time. For Constant Spring, 2005-2006 was their Waterloo. You see a challenge on that far side. They haven't been in the top flight now for 20 years, Constant Spring. Were good enough to be second in the Premier League, beaten 3-1 by Reno in the 94-95 final. Those were their halcyon days, Constant Spring, when they had men like Lincoln Taff in the midfield, Indy Fatigo, Fabian Watkins, and they had up front a man who I rate as the best schoolboy striker I've ever seen, a man called O'Neill Chippy McDonald, formerly of Kingston Technical High School. Dean Sewell, the reggae boy, played for this team, Constant Spring. Don't have those caliber players anymore. Augustown trying to register as an attacking force in this game. Anyway, they've turned it over. Lovely pass into the path. After working, trying to find a pass, and he runs it out of play. No, the linesman, the assistant referee on this near side says yes. The appeal had gone up from the Constant Spring players that he had drifted beyond the line, and the referee saying yes, it was Javone Johnson who had gone too far. Wilmot in goal for Constant Spring with this goal kick. A peep over his shoulder from the man wearing 27, Dwayne Green, to see who was near enough for a pass. Took the safe option and he won a throw.
So far, we've just seen that Constant Spring has definitely taken some level of control over the game, but they've not really done much with that possession that they've had so far. Auguston seem to have at least the best opportunity before running that ball out. Johnson not too long ago.
Yep. Midfield battle. Now referee Reed calls a halt to proceedings. Man down for Augusttown. Gonna tell you who it is in short order. Looks to be the left shin. That's the problem. You were fine. A pat on the back.
Any miracle spray at all?
No. And it's the man wearing 16, Danilo McKenzie, who took a blow to the left leg. He's fine. Here they come again, Constant Spring. Chris Clark finding Romaine Reed. Turned over. Now Augusttown tried to build.
Poor attempt to build it. Like that.
All over the top. And Neil Mitchell says calm. He's playing his centre half now. All the way to left back. This is what the Bertis Bell teams do. Then route one from, well, not really route one, just a long ball trying to pierce the defence. Couple short passes, you expected that routine to continue. And then they went from back to front quickly and gave the ball away.
I mean, you look at both teams actually conforming, as you said, to coaching style. Layla, one who prefers to try and be on the counter-attack, take some of that route one type of approach. And Bert is always loving to hold possession.
Yeah.
I mean, this looks like it could be one of those that reflects what happened early in the season when these two teams met, where Constant Spring kind of eventually came out the dominant force. But Augusttown wouldn't want that to happen this time around.
It was a 4-0 beating that Constant Spring inflicted on Augusttown. See if they can repeat that trick here this evening. Constant Spring, well, Augusttown have looked dangerous when they've raided down the left-hand side of the Constant Spring defence, and done that about twice, and they've attempted to play the ball down there a couple other times, been unsuccessful. Here's Mitchell, nice, away from his man.
You see some really good interplay from Constant Spring, heavily favouring that left side and then trying to spray the ball over to the right. So far, nothing. Wow, in the bits of saying that, really poor pass here from Augusttown.
Yeah. Here's the danger man, Wilmot. Slips a pass to Clark. Did that ball just drift over the line? No, Clark kept it alive. To Reed, sets it back to Reed. To Clark once again. No support, back to Reed. Reed, does he fancy a shot from here? No, sets it back. Head. Flexion, sends it behind. He says corner, does Javier Wilmot, and referee Reed agrees with him. Just as he lined up that shot, the midfielder, retreating midfielder, just stretched the leg in. Vital interception. Because he was within range, Javier Wilmot, as he punted his 24th goal of a bountiful season for him and for his team. The second corner, Constant Spring, curled in, met by Wilmot, but it was a weak header. Hit his face more than it being described as a header accurately. And yeah, he rules that chance.
Into minute 10, and we're just seeing the game kind of slowly get to that point where you see a team kind of taking that step forward. But early days yet, we're waiting to see how both these teams will take to the rest of the match. I suspect that Constant Spring is waiting to kind of push a little bit harder. It's kind of wearing their opponents out.
Here's Johnson, first touch not bad. Does well to retain possession. He seems to be the outball for Augusttown. Does seem to have a lot of pace about him, Devonnie Johnson. And you see every time Augusttown get it, they shift the ball to that left-hand side and try to, in 2 or 3 passes, then send Johnson screaming down that left-hand side. It seems as if Constant Spring are aware of it now because they're crowding that side of their defense.
Right. And I mean, both teams actually have that similar pattern because Constant Spring starts on the left, but they then try to spread it to the right.
Yes.
So it's an interesting battle of tactics here that we've seen earlier on.
Close up there of the man wearing number 7 for Augustown, Javoni Johnson. Much will depend on him this evening. Here's Mitchell. I've seen a lot of balls so far for Constance Spring. Referee Reed orders that kick. Well, he says it was actually a throw, not a free kick. Now Mitchell can get on the ball and survey the scene ahead of him. Reed has seen a lot of the ball as well. It's a bad pass by Reed, turns it over. Now the chance here for Augustown to counter-attack. Bigger body from Mitchell. Easing his man off the ball. Miller. Sending it all the way back was Kenigia Cleghorn. Back to goalkeeper Robert Henry. He goes to his skipper.
So far, I guess it's easy to say that this is a battle of the midfields. We've not really seen any team really be able to progress to that final third with any real clarity as to what they're doing.
Shot from distance.
Distance is an understatement.
I disagree with what you're saying. Suspicion of a handball there from Clark, but the referee Reed was close to the action and he waved to play on.
I've just been seeing to change that angle of approach now, trying the right side.
I guess what Bertie Spill would like to see from his team when they're developing the play after an exchange of 2 or 3 passes, he'd want them to carry the ball on the floor. The long passing, that's not a Bertie Spill kind of preferred approach, but maybe tactically that's the instruction that they've been asked to carry out, the Constance Spring team, because they always seem to do it. I think they can advance the ball on the floor. Short throw.
Or maybe you heard your earlier comment, Constance Spring being one of the hardest grounds. It's difficult to possess and carry the ball because those bounces are going to be extremely unpredictable as you're dribbling.
Yeah.
So again, tactics, will on the ground kind of all coming together to make for a very interesting few 13 minutes.
I mean, Reed trots across the take yet another corner. It was a lovely first touch and shot by Shaquan Clark just now, but it was smothered, and it was in smothering that the Augustown team coughed up yet another corner kick. So Reed again. Bertie Spill just giving some instructions to his team as Reed curls this one in, and it's met by the defenders. It's a good thing he was on his job there. The man wearing number 3, Romari Brown, for Augustown. I've been relieved to see his header go over the crossbar. Not quite sure he was in control of that. Just wanted to make contact, and it turned into a nice clearing header in the end.
Out of my life?
Out of your life. Clark again, a good curling corner, and the goalkeeper went to punch, and he get anything on it? Referee Reed says yes, he did. It's another corner, this time on the other side. So Constance Spring looking dangerous from the set pieces. They've had so many of them. This now is Christopher Clark. Goes to the back post. Well, Chariton to call it an intended effort. Augustown trying to get the ball up the field. Not sure who that pass was intended for, but it's retrieved by Dan Beckford for Constance Spring, who sends it back with interest into the 18-yard box. Wilmoth losing out. Constance Spring maintain the pressure and get it back. Even though he was fouled after he had let go of the ball, the follow through, taking the legs of Koliki Richards. He took the tumble, and referee Reed says free kick. It's a central position. If you check the stats in football, Nathan, you'll find that most free kicks are not scored from central positions. Those are the ones that are most likely to score, the ones at an angle.
Give the goalkeeper too much of an angle of sight when it's from the center. It's much easier for him to be able to predict and adjust. But it's interesting to see what's been happening so far. And I mean, the goal scorers from the previous game, Richards and Wilmot, you see them trying to do a lot of link-up play there in the midfield for Constance Spring. But so far, it's been a tough trial. I mean, though we're seeing Constance Spring as the dominant force so far, it's not really kind of meted out to real chances. They've really seen their best efforts kind of peter out to be easy efforts that the goalkeeper has collected or just gone wide. it'll be interesting to see if there's any tactical change early on to try and take that dominance that Constant Spring has seen so far and kind of turn it into a goal to control the game a little bit better.
Yeah, not disagreeing with you any at all there. What I would say as well is that Augustown have yet to really settle into the game. One dangerous moment for them. Like everything they do seems a bit rushed. They seem hurried. And the white shirts are just everywhere. But as you say, they're not capitalizing on the initial progress that they make with the ball. David Baylor casting a concerned look at proceedings as he sees Javier Wilmot lining up another free kick for Constant Spring. Wilmot over the wall on target, but into the hands, the safe hands of Robert Henry, who had to do some tackling and then do some grabbing, and he finally has the situation under control. Danilo Mackenzie forced to go back with that pass to his captain at centre half. It's more let loose once again. It can. An opportunity almost developing there. And he didn't leave something in on the goalkeeper. That appears to be what the referee is querying, because the custodian for Constant Spring, Jean-Luc Wilmot, has gone down as if he may have been punched by the shortest man on the park.
That's an interesting moment. I'm not sure I saw any contact here. And again, no need for that magic or miracle spray. He's up. He's ready to go. Wilmot is a tougher campaigner than we give him credit for.
Yep. You don't really see much in there, but you know that with the sneaky punches, sometimes the forwards leave in confidence from Robert Henry to shift his attacker just a little bit.
And I continue to see an interesting pattern. You see Augustown attempt to play out from the back. You see them try that, but so far they've not made it out much further. I'm not sure if they sticking to this tactic is going to do them well. And again, this is a one and done. Lose this game on your own. I wouldn't be flirting with that type of danger.
Christopher Mitchell with that effort just now. Banging it one time. Nowhere near the target as David Layla. Being rather perplexed. Both coaches having cause to give pep talks to individual players and to adjust things. See Bertie Spiller, whenever the ball is dead, having words with individual players. Augustown in attack. Ball released. But good handling in the end from Wilmot in goal. The Wilmots in the team are brothers, so goalkeeper Jean-Luc is the brother of Javier, number 10, and number 12, Tariq. The three Wilmot brothers on the park for Constant Spring.
The family relations end there for Constant Spring.
Two Richards in the team are also brothers. Spot on there. So 5 siblings, 2 families represented in the Constant Spring team. Strong play in midfield. Confident as well.
And then again, the same pattern.
From Danilo Mackenzie, but every time he does that, he has to go back with the pass. That's a problem for Augustown so far in this game. Unable to progress the football.
And unless they can get it out of that midfield, this game is going to be tough for them. And
again, look at this. Only pass is a back pass, and yeah. So Constant Spring doing a lot of good things to cause the situation for Augustown.
I know Coach Layla must be ripping off that hat off his head right now, trying to figure out what's my next step. His team just seemed to really be suffering from being able to get it out of that midfield. It's really difficult. I don't even think that Constant Spring are flooded in the midfield. It's just a greater level of effort.
Yeah.
Anytime you see Augustown play on the ball, you see 2 Constant Spring players ready to attack.
Here is Reed once again on this left side. And just as he was setting up to make an attacking burst, Shaquan Clark closed down very quickly by Gareth Henry. And we're using some brute force to ward off the attack for now. Goes all the way back to Beckford. Back to Wilmot. Has 3 passing options. Short, goes long. Henry to Augustine. Some distance on his header. But turns over the ball once again to Clark. Trying to find Wilmot with the straight pass. Wilmot now in business. Good flick. Now is Palika Richards. His pass went astray. Constance Spring just faster to the ball, winning every 50-50, winning a lot of duels. Wilmot, lovely touches. Ball can't progress, but they win it back again. And a shot from distance. Sailing over the bar, had the goalkeeper interested for a moment. Man advancing from the back and trying that strike. There have been 3 Wilmot under the Wilmot boys. Well, the man wearing number 14, it was Andrew Pedler, the veteran. Played for Marvel Huenden in the top flight. Many years. Remembering him scoring one of the goals of the season in a JPL campaign not so long ago at Constance Spring. I was doing that game. Struck the ball from about 25-30 yards. It never rose more than a half inch off the surface. Straight as an arrow on a Sunday afternoon.
I guess he saw the opportunity to try and repeat that again.
Emergency clearance by Robert Henry. His defenders didn't know good on that occasion. They left him to play sweeper keeper. It's a good thing he was on his job. So 23rd minute, again, I will make an excuse for the players and say that the surface is undermining what they're trying to do, especially Constance Spring, who's been ball dominant in this game. Just smothering Augustine. They're just very aggressive to the tackle. Oh, lovely turn down that far side. Augustine, can they get the crossing? Nope. Dandra Beckford across there like a fireman to put out the blaze. Trots back to his central defensive position. Beckford again with the clearance. Looks up, finds Wilmot. That was closed down quickly. Lovely interchange until it wasn't lovely anymore. Good interception.
Good interception leads to a bad pass again.
Sean Linton really wasted that chance. And you can see remonstrating with him up front is Javone Johnston, wondering what he has to do to get quality service in what the old timers would call the outside left position.
You do really see that Constance Spring have this strong favouring for Reed down on the left. He's really been the powerhouse that has driven them forward.
Yeah, he's got more touches than anybody else in white.
And you're seeing how that's really impacted on this game for Constance Spring. Again, it's just that final pass. It's that opportunity to just turn it into a real goal scoring opportunity for them. That's just not happened so far. I suspect it's coming though. It feels like it's coming.
Yep, here's Mitchell. Go back to Dandra Beckford. Country folk in Jamaica would describe him as tall and strapped in, which means tall and strapping. Here's Pedler, forward. Ball over the top, too long. And that one again, Reed, overlapping, finding himself in the box.
I mean, you see that wing-back play from Bertis loves the 3 defenders in the back and wing-backs. It's something that you've always seen, even at the schoolboy level, and he does it so well. He gets his teams to really, really buy into that. And you just see a Constance Spring team who really look like they are forced in this game. It's just
over the top for John. Can he get there? Javone Johnson stretched out that leg. Did he catch the goalkeeper? No, he looks really dangerous. And Augustine's job, the defenders and the midfielders, try to get service to Javone Johnson. He's rapid, and you can see that he has the attention of the Constance Spring boys. They obviously know his quality. when he gets it is when those supporting the boys in red inject some life into their cheering.
"26 minutes in, we've seen what? Maybe 4 or 5 efforts from Constance Spring. Have we seen a shot on goal from Auguston? I'm not sure we've seen one.
As you remarked earlier, the most dangerous thing happened when Johnson dribbled the ball into touch. Oh, lovely back heel into the path of Reed, who does brilliantly to keep the ball in play. Shrugging off the attentions of Gareth Henry, takes a tumble, must be given a free kick. Referee Reed says nothing doing.
Nothing. Wow. Wow, that's some refereeing there.
Yeah, he was ganged upon by Panija Cleghorn and Gareth Henry there.
I'm pretty sure I saw
Reed as he burst forward.
I'm pretty sure I saw some loose legs there being hung out on Reed.
Look at this replay. This has to be a foul. He was shoved over, no doubt, by Panija Cleghorn, and justifiably upset that the referee didn't give him the call. Skip in midfield by Christopher Clark. Plays a lovely ball to Reed. He's on his bike. Can he get there? But look at Gareth Henry.
Just in the nick of time.
Yep. Also on his bike says, "I'm not riding a tricycle, sir. I can get across here quickly and close the ground down, close the space down." Ball forward. Lovely first touch. Again, Henry. Stodgy. Dower in defending. He's been brilliant so far for Augustown. Seems to be a warrior, Gareth Henry.
And it's interesting enough, you see that Coach Layla, there's been a tweak. You've seen the heavier presence of Augustown on that left side, trying to cut down on the influence that Reed is having on the game. Don't know if it's helped much, but at least it's still 0-0.
Long ball forward. Oh, Augustown can maybe try the volley there, the ambitious volley. Miskicked. Maybe caught his laces. His right bounce through into the danger zone. Christopher Clark told to hurry up. Didn't really hear the call. Beckford now can send it forward for Constant Spring. 28th minute. Ball forward. This is Linton looking for a passing option. Linton trying to find Johns. The ball breaks. Got deflected in the end. And no Reed. Long ball forward. And sending it back with interest is Robert Henry, the Augustown goalie. Now the boys in red have their tails up. Pass on the run was blocked. Still battling away. It's a heavy fall after very aggressive challenge, but the referee says, you know what? It's a throw, it's nothing more.
I think Green is still feeling that tackle there.
There is once again Dwayne Green, and he goes down again, and this time the referee says free kick. Man motionless for Constant Spring, and Malika Reed, now he's moving.
Well, at least the referee has been consistent. He's been allowing it to be a tough tackling game, but again, and be very careful it doesn't turn into something more at this point.
Yeah, really subject of 2 hard tackles, but his feet are stuck in the turf as he slid in, so it was his follow-through that caught Green more than the tackle itself.
We did see a tackle like that early on where the follow-through was what caused the foul, so again, can't knock the referee when he's consistent.
Tariq Wilmot still groggy. Got up, but then decided that, you know what, let me take a rest. Meanwhile,
minute 30, we see Auguston with probably the best chance to create an opportunity for a goal scoring chance for themselves. What are they gonna do?
Yep. Ika Hudson lining up this free kick. Yeah, the first tackle in the sequence against Green, I thought that was a foul as well. He only got a throw for it, but look at this. And the tackle comes in, and it was high. He took his knee, Ramon Brevitt. That was a free kick. I'm surprised that referee Reed missed that one because that was blatant. In fact, the second one was less of a free kick because he slipped, Wilmot did, and collided with Green. The first one was definitely a free kick and a card. Anyway, Ika Hudson with this free kick, and it's turned away. As far as the man wearing 18 who sends it goal! Oh, that would have been some goal. A speculative effort. That goalkeeper Jean-Luc Wilmot had to shove it over his crossbar. The strike coming in from Kanisha Cleghorn almost in slow motion as he wound up that left foot and crashed it goalwards.
Minute 32, we've seen Auguston's first shot on goal.
Yeah,
was it a shot?
It was a shot on time. Look at this. This is Cleghorn. Looks as if he was trying a cross, but it turned into a shot, and was Wilmot not on his game, it would have been 1-0 to the boys in red. Green with this corner. Came off a man in a white shirt, so it's another corner, so Augustown winning their first pair of corners in this contest. And Dwayne Green will deliver yet again. Nice breeze blowing across the Constant Spring complex. Comes short to the near post, crashing into the side netting. And the assistant referee says goal kick.
Trying to score straight from the corner there. Not a bad attempt from Green.
No. And enterprising as well. Went to the middle with the first one, went near post with the second, trying to catch the goalkeeper out.
But it's good to see that Augustone has finally taken a kind of a breath in this game. They've shown up, and now we have a contest on our hands.
Oh yes. Augustone just taking a couple of authoritative steps in this game, as Nathan would have mentioned. Constant Spring look as if they're taking a breather.
And in the first 30 minutes trying to get that goal has taken its toll, it seems, on Constant Spring. I think it's the longest we've seen the Constant Spring half so far in the game.
Big throw from Gareth Henry to Vonnie Johnson. Couldn't get much purchase on the header to direct it to his teammates. No doubt that the number 22 for Augustown, Gareth Henry, has been their man of this first half so far. Very important. He's been tenacious in the tackle, energetic, and he's quick as well, so he's been able to do the job required. Albert Henry catches this one easily.
And again, it's the enterprising Reed who's trying to create those chances for Constant Spring. It's really been an interesting game so far, that it's really been a wing-back dominated type of affair. They're the ones who are creating the chances. They're the ones who are kind of setting the tempo.
Especially this man on the ball now. Romain Reed, who we're using the Opta-Stats feature, it would show him with the most efforts. Oh, enterprising again from Javier Wilmot. Instinctive, saw the goalkeeper off his line. Never had much going forward in terms of passing options, and he just went first time. Didn't miss by much, but that shows you why he has 23 goals to his name already this season, Nathan.
You don't score 23 without being the kind of enterprising player that he is. That was an excellent opportunity. Yeah, a little bit more luck and would have found our first goal of the game.
So replay, look at him just take control of the ball and just put some backspin on it, but just didn't measure it. Wanted to be Beckham-esque in that moment. In the mold of the great former Manchester United, Real Madrid, LA Galaxy, Paris Saint-Germain, AC Milan player. Yes, I did say great.
I think you missed a team.
Missed which one? Tell me.
LA Galaxy.
I did say LA Galaxy. I have to give them credit, especially because they lost 7-0 in MLS today to extend their winless run, the Galaxy. Anyway, this is Gareth Henry for Augustown. Nice touch by Cleghorn. Clark. Reed. hard tackle, studs up. And the man feeling the pain, whereas number 8, O'Neal Mitchell. Referee Malika Reed comes across, does he have a card in hand? Yes. And I suspected that this would have been a booking studs up challenge. And he's taking a name like the faceless, nameless man from Game of Thrones. The name he's going to take. The name of a man in the red shirt.
We will know who the man is eventually though.
Yeah.
Looks like that's number...
Well, he's waiting on him to get treatment because you know the age-old trick, pretending you're injured when the referee...
You say trick, but I've never seen a player escape a card when they do it. It's an interesting trick to try.
The fact that players still do it means that somewhere, somehow, they think they can get away. But he brandishes it now. Anyway.
Portugal not missing that opportunity to talk to his team. I think he's starting to realize that it's not going to be as smooth sailing as he expected.
This is the foul once again, and this is what I say, the studs up challenge. Look at him come across. Oh yes, he stepped in. And that was not nice from Rashawn Linton. And he's the first man into the book this evening. Happened in the 36th minute or in the 37th minute. Oh, poor, very, very poor. Offers the hand of apology. It was Green. Really odd not to let that ball get away from him from his goalkeeper's stroke.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Again, you spoke about that ground and you have been seeing it. It's been hard to judge the bounce in this game. You've seen a ball hop up to the height of a player, you've seen a ball drop dead on the ground.
You say it that way, alright. So I was harsh, so I'm agreeing with you there that the bounce is what did it for him. Man down for Constant Spring getting some treatment. Seems to be the right ankle.
And it was Rashawn Linton who got that yellow card, yes, so the man who has no name has been named.
Yes, sir. Mitchell. Can't put any weight on the right ankle just yet, but he will continue.
A few minutes to go to halftime. I think it's been an interesting contest so far. You'd have hoped to see a few more chances being really created, something a little bit more clear-cut, but you've seen some enterprise from both teams and you've seen something to build on.
Yeah, big cross comes in, too long. The thing, what Augustown have done well as the game has progressed, you mentioned it, they've beefed up the reinforcements on the right side of their defense, which is the left side of the Constant Spring attack, which is where they were making hay. They've forced Romain Reed to do more defending than attacking because he spent the first 20-25 minutes running the game from left wing back, but he's been forced to do more defensive duties, so he's not been as prominent trying to build the play for Constant Spring from that position.
And that inversely led to Augustown now taking their turn in the game, and they've now kind of put an imprint. So you've seen the tactical battle between Layla and Bell. You've seen both of them kind of joust it out. So far it's been a stalemate, but it's been an interesting stalemate nonetheless.
Yeah.
And the truth is, you don't often see wing-back play like this in the Premier League. So it's good to see it happening at the lower leagues. That means that the quality of the football really is being told that
ball forward, offside against maybe Kaliki Richards is the man. Maybe I think that's 27 or 22. Yes, it's 27, Kaliki Richards. Went too early. The Augustown defenders knew, but of course they're told these days to play to the whistle, so they were trying to crowd him out. And then the assistant's flag cued the referee's whistle.
We're into the final 5 minutes of the first half. It's been an interesting one for me, George. I mean, I want to see more chances being created. I'm a little disappointed there. This is a semi-final. This is a game that you must win to move on to the final. So you want both teams to have a better level of desire, but considering the first game between them, or the game in the zone was 4-0 to Constant Spring, you understand why Augustown started the way they did. And they have grown into the game. They've grown progressively. They've actually shown some real fight, some real bite, and creating the chances that they've created so far in those past about 7 minutes have shown that they really do have the metal to be where they are.
Well, even more than that, because this man was the man who led the resistance when they were wobbling Gareth Henry. Really, you need aggression in defense. You need somebody when you're under the cosh to really stand up to the attackers, and he really did that. And now the rest of the team, you get the sense, as you were saying, Nathan, have come up to his level. At Wilmot, leading scorer, running back to help his team.
And that should just represent how far Constant Spring have kind of fallen off in this game. When you see Wilmot and Reed now deep into their own half.
Foraging deep, trying to get in touch with the game. Here's Reed now. Wilmot trying to flick on, get too far with it. Ball behind, here's Kaliki Richards. Can he get there? Richards, he fires it off the legs of goalkeeper Robert Henry, who was out there as a flash. Sensing the danger, his defenders were not wise to the ball that was to have been played through to Kaliki Richards, but the goalkeeper certainly was.
Excellent goalkeeping play that you see there. Really excellent goalkeeping. Read that one really well.
Must be injury related, and yes, O'Neill Mitchell, who took that knock to the ankle earlier and hopped off the field, can't continue, being replaced by number 23. An excellent save made by goalkeeper Robert Henry there, and gets the applause from the fans. Alain Chamberlain has come on. Arian Chamberlain has come on to replace number 8, O'Neill Mitchell, for Constant Spring. And while that was happening, the Augustown goalkeeper was making a vital interception. So Alain Chamberlain on for Mitchell. First substitution of the game, and it was injury enforced. Another corner for the boys in white. Richards. Nobody in particular.
He's the one there for him.
For Robert Henry.
A game that started off with Constant Spring kind of dominating as now, and it's ending off in this first half. And it's been a very, very interesting thing. You see the second half being a much more interesting game because both teams now look very evenly pressed. Both could create the next goal for themselves very easily with how things are looking.
Yeah, Constant Spring is that bottle of soda that has been shaken. Fizz is gone. Try again. Tried to buy a free kick there, Pedler, and gets the call from the referee, who said that the play was resumed too quickly. He wants the free kick taken again. 44th minute of this CASAFA Championship semi-final has to be decided tonight. There's no coming back. No second leg. No second chance.
Win and you're in.
Tripped up by the retreating Johnson. I'm surprised referee Reed hasn't taken Johnson's name, because that seemed blatant. And I'm not saying they're similar, but when Johnson is in flight, he reminds me of the outstanding Arnett Gardens winger recent time. Ronaldo Cephas, who was bullet fastest player in the league when he was here. Johnson appears to be the quickest player on the field this evening for Augustown, but hasn't had much service. Here's Pedler with this free kick. He can hit them, but he needs to find a teammate from this distance, from this range, from this angle. Can he find that teammate and give Augustown the initiative going into the break? Pedler. Wasn't a particularly smart effort, and it crashed off one of his teammates. Didn't really beat the first defender, who got something onto it and deflected it onto a Constant Spring player, and that's why we have a goal kick.
Well, this half has definitely been a tale of two halves. And it's really brought out something there for me that he have to give Coach Layla his props. You would have thought this would have been 1-0 or 2-0 by now because of how things were. Be dominated by Constant Spring in those first 10 minutes. But Coach Layla really has put his team with some deep strategy. And right now, Augustown is looking like a team who very much should be pushing on in the second half to do something really well. And again, this is evident by the fact that you're now seeing Reed deep in his own half. He's not done a foray forward in well over 15 minutes.
Yeah. Pass comes in at the back post. Henry, well, it wasn't Henry who was beaten. It was the man wearing number 17, Javon Miller, who was just caught napping there as Reed tried to ghost in behind him from the very inviting cross played. The producer says 2 minutes, well, 3 minutes more. Well, 2 minutes more. 3 minutes added on at the end of 45. We're into the last 2 of those 3 minutes.
Considering the number of injuries, I thought we would have seen a little bit more extra time.
Yeah, the number of stoppages. And that, as you're saying, Nathan, you think Layla will be the happier coach at halftime?
He must be. You really started to worry for Augustown at the beginning of this first half. It really was one of those where Constant Spring looked like they were about to repeat a 4-0 victory. But this is a team in Augustown who's kind of shown a certain level of resilience, and they've been very good in these last few minutes in the first half. And it's anybody's game right now. It really is anybody's game with how they're playing.
Omari Brown, the skipper for Augustown, disagreeing with the referee's call and making him aware of it. Wearing number 3 there, the captain and defender. It didn't look like a foul though, giving the referee the benefit of the doubt. There's the diminutive Ika Hudson. Also seen someone a lot of the ball over on that left-hand side. He hasn't always been able to link up with Dwayne Green and Devoney Johnson. Short free kick taken by Constant Spring. Fired in! Oh, punched away by Henry. Still alive. Spring, Reed. Fires this one in and it's headed goalwards by the marksman Wilmot. Off target. He'd want that one back. That was a good chance.
Would have definitely been one of those that would have been against a run of play. Would have.
And it was the last act, Nathan, of the first half. Referee Reed whistling for the halftime break. This is the cross once again, and really ought to have done better.
That was definitely a goal-scoring opportunity.
Player of his caliber, and it wasn't the easiest of headers, but notwithstanding that, as you say, Nathan, a player of his quality, Javier Wilmot, ought to have been able to at least require of Robert Henry a save in the Augustown goal. The Augustown boys having a discussion among themselves before they huddle for the halftime team talk. The Constant Spring players gathered in a huddle inside the center circle before they hear from their coaches. We can tell you that it's 0-0 in this KSAFA Championship semi-final 1, and we must have a winner tonight, and there's everything to play for in the next 45 minutes. And if we can't break the deadlock, then we certainly shall have extra time and perhaps even penalties. Break time, more after this.
This Mother's Day, it's Romaine, Virgo, and Friends live Sunday, May 11 at Palm Drive, Hope Gardens, featuring Tori Latour, Janelle Mills, Savannah, Mortimer, and more. Hosted by Jade. Admission $6,000 pre-sold, $8,000 at the gate. VIP $10,000 pre-sold, $12,000 at the gate. Get your tickets now at From Head to Fleek, 2 Balmoral Avenue, Fontana Pharmacy, Barbican, and Waterloo, or Fesco Brighton in Portmore. Tickets also available at RomaineVirgo.com. That's Romaine, Virgo, and Friends live this Mother's Day.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
From politics to global events, from social issues to breaking news, Lead Story Prime dives deeper, cuts through the noise, and uncovers the stories that shape your world. Join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Lead Story Prime with me, George Davis, for an hour of incisive analysis, expert interviews, and unparalleled coverage of the issues you care about. Lead Story Prime, your front row seat to the most compelling discussions. Lead Story Prime, where the truth comes first. Only on CVM TV.
Easter vibes may be fading, but let's take a colorful look back at the Paint and Play 5.
Today is beautiful. I actually wanted her to do something Easter, so I'm glad she was able to get out and do this. She loves painting, so she loves the whole entire event.
So this is our third staging, and as I said, this is the first time we're doing an outside event, and thanks to the aesthetics of the artisan village, everything looks so nice and wonderful, and we're just happy that the parents and the children loved it.
Bones, painting, and an Easter egg hunt. It's a lot of fun.
I like it because it's what I like to do. I love to draw and stuff like that, so it's fun, and I love kids also, so it's all come together and I really enjoy it. As you can see, the support was great. The parents and children loved it, and I expected nothing less because, of course, it's a family bonding event, and I'm sure every parent and every family endorses what Paint and Play is about, and it's about building family bonds. It's about everybody just coming and having a bonding experience.
Welcome back to semi-final one of the Kasafa Championship between Constant Spring and Augustown, being played at the Constant Spring field. And it was a first half of two halves, as my color analyst Nathan Curtis has so correctly pointed out. Highlights of the first half: Constant Spring really started like the proverbial house on fire. Set pieces providing their closest route to goal. Wilmot, their 23-goal man, with this free kick on target, batted away by Robert Henry, and then he had to make a tackle to complete the save. This was a lovely ball over the top for Javoni Johnson, and he thought he was almost in. Strayboot there catching the goalkeeper. Then Cleghorn with a speculative effort that just turned and dipped at the last moment. The goalkeeper Wilmot equal to the task. Then the other Wilmot brother, trying from distance to catch the goalkeeper out. This ball over the top. And look at Reed sneaking in between two defenders in red shirts, but unable to get the chance goalers. And then at the death, with the last contact of the half, Wilmot from Reed's cross, and he couldn't steer it goalwards. Augustown controlled the bulk of possession in the first half. No red cards, one yellow card, When there was one substitution due to injury, Mitchell left the field for Constant Spring to be replaced by Chamberlain. There were 10 fouls, 7 committed by Augustone as they came under pressure for the first 20 or so minutes of the game. 3 shots on target, 2 for Constant Spring, 1 for Augustone. The Augustone one the most dangerous of the 3, and there were 7 attempts overall. So you said, Nathan, in the first half run of play that it was a half of 2 halves. In case someone just joined us, why did you say that?
I mean, when you started off, it was Constant Spring who had just dominated. You saw them really pushing and that's where you saw those 6 attempts, 2 on goal. It really was in those early stages, the first 20 or so minutes, that you saw Constant Spring dominate possession, dominate the chances, especially on that left side with Reed, who was just pushing the tempo. And then it just changed. You saw where Coach Lilla kind of changed his tactics a bit, and you saw where a few of those players were now dominating on that right side of their defense, the left side of Constant Spring, and players like Green were now finding themselves foraging on that right side, trying to counteract the movement of Reed, and that made a big difference, because that's where you now start to see Augustone come more into the game and start to really show that they are a force in this game. It doesn't look like it's going to be that 4-0 that happened the first time they met this season. Augustone really has shown that they have something to do in this game, and they want to do it tonight.
Yeah, you tend to think, though, that if Augustone really are to hurt Constant Spring, they need to find a way to play Javone Johnson in more often. There were 2 moments in that first half. One where he carried the ball from just inside the Constant Spring half all the way to the goal line. And there was another one where he was played in with a ball over the top. But we didn't see much of that happening in the first half for Augustone. And Johnson got a frustrated figure at times.
Correct. And I mean, there's one player who he wants to see his link-up play be a little bit better. It's Hudson.
Yeah.
He has to have a greater impact on the game. I think his diminutive size does not change the fact that he needs to be more impactful. You saw a few times where he was muscled off. He needs to be a stronger player. On that left side with him, Green and Johnson, you want to see them do that link-up play a lot better. They look like the ones that have the speed, that have the skill, that will break the door down if they're going to score on Constant Spring tonight.
Well, Bertis Bell and his team got their tactics right at the start, it would seem, in that first half of the first half. And then the tweaks that David Layla made for Augustone in terms of personnel, shifting them around, that kind of blunted the impact of Constant Spring. So you would expect that Bertis Bell would respond to the tactics of Augustone. As the players limber up for the second half, we take another break. And when we return, kick-off, second half action, KSAFA Championship, semi-final 1 here, live, CVM TV.
Where the difference is made, where titles are decided, where respect is earned. Excel here and you could go down in history. It's the final third. CVM TV's weekly JPL preview show every Sunday, starting 30 minutes before our live broadcast. Get insight, analysis, and hear from your favorite players weekly, just before we bring you our feature broadcast for the day. Move from defense to attack and join us in the final third. This and every Sunday until the end of the JPL season.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central. Saturday Match Night, powered by Mackay Security.
An interesting first half where both teams had spells where they looked as if they could cause damage to the other, but ultimately no goals over those first 45 minutes. And Nathan, you expect the first half to start and take the form of an arm wrestle, or you expect that Constant Spring will, like they did at the start of the game, exert some dominance early?
Well, the truth is, if you're talking about a coach like Neville Bertis Bell, I don't think you would have enjoyed how that first half ended, and you're going to want to see him come back in a space where he's dominating. So my big expectation is that you're going to see Constant Spring start off strong like they did in that first half. I don't think they're going to allow themselves to dip this time around. I think the substitutions will be what will change this game. I think that's where you're going to find the source of the goal. Though Wilmot is their top striker, it seems that he may have been neutralized in this particular game because he's not been able to get the stranglehold that he's wanted to have on this game. So it's a one that is definitely one to watch. It's going to be an interesting second half.
All right, let's see. There look to be changes being made. Augustown certainly are going to bring in number 23 into the contest. And then they're also looking at Constant Spring as if they're going to be making changes as well. Man looking to come in for Augustown looks to be Tafari Richards, who has 2 goals to his name this season. There he is, number 15. So yeah, both coaches are rigging halftime changes as they look for more from their players.
I think we've now completed the brother bingo.
Yes,
so.
it would, that would complete it. That would complete it for sure. Tafari set to enter to join Koliki on the park. So there were 5 siblings across 2 families on the pitch when Tafari Richards comes on, unless he's going to replace his brother Koliki, which does not seem likely at all.
Coach Bell would definitely be a tough character to do that to the brothers.
David Coombs looking to come in for Augustown, number 23. Curtis Bell having some fun with camera guy up there and having some fun with his players. Doesn't believe in big stick, rough aggression towards his players, as some coaches do. Wants to make his players comfortable, Nathan.
He believes in football.
Yeah.
If you don't do well, then you run.
Referee and his team late to join the party, but here they come. 4th official also getting there, and that was what was holding up proceedings. So here we are. Changes being made. So 15 for Spring, Constant Spring. Ready who will replace shortly. The officials must understand that TV time is different from a normal situation. Everything has to be synchronized. The officials have to be in place. Can't be waiting on the officials. No, and the assistant referee on this side is taking charge of the substitutions, with the 4th official not in place. So Tafari Richards comes in. David Coombs goes in as well. So Shaquan Clark, number 22, out for Constant Spring. Tafari Richards replaces him.
It's an interesting change. Shaquan Clark did have an imprint on this game in that first half, so yes, Coach Bell definitely wanted to see a bit of a change in tempo there.
Yep. Back with the football here at Constant Springfield. Second half of this Kasafa Championship semi-final 1 between Augustown in red and Constant Spring in white, shot from distance. And for a moment there, as it left his boot, it appeared as if Ramon Brevitt was onto something. In the end, wide and harmless of Robert Henry's goal.
I mean that we've called too much in this game.
Lovely touch. Look out for Augustown. Who's set. Printing after that. Was the man wearing number 6, Jamar Williams. Referee has heard something he doesn't like. Telling the players to cut that kind of thing out. Mackenzie. The big switch. Rolled Ika Hudson.
Too big.
Knocked over by the ball. Ball forward. Here they come. Big cross in, and it's a wasted opportunity, really.
Big cross in and a big cross out. Went to nobody.
It was the freshman, Coombs.
But we've 2 minutes on the clock in the second half, and you've already seen the continuation of Augustown being in this game. So I think Coach Bell has a lot on his hands to try and get Constant Spring back into a dominant position in this game for sure.
Actually, I was unkind to Ika Hudson. The man who was knocked over by the ball was Javon Miller. That's his near side on this left, nearest to us. There he is, waiting for the cross to find him on this near side.
I won't say why we thought it was Ika Hudson who was knocked over by the ball.
Gareth Henry with this throw. Long throw from the short man. Spring come away with it. A case of anywhere will do. Not really trying to find a teammate, just trying to get rid of the ball in that moment. .49th minute. Low octane start to this second half. Another big throw. Coombs misses it.
Booming clearance there for Constant Spring.
Ball has spent more time out of play than in play so far in the second half.
But interestingly, again, it's been mostly in the Constant Spring half. So
yes.
Augustown really have taken an imprint into this game, and they're using these long throws as a tactic. It's working.
Another long one. And the goalkeeper Wilmot. It was Rashawn Linton who was pulled. Yes, by David Coombs, man down in the box for Constant Spring. Looks to be Pedler. Didn't see an infringement. But Beckford is checking with him.
Maybe it was an off the ball. Could have to be.
And Wilmot has something to say. The referee calling for the medics and just checking with Pedler to ensure that he doesn't need treatment. Pedler is walking on his own steam, looks comfortable. He'll be fine. The referee says no need for the interruption of the game.
Come on, referee, you have a challenge, you know, man.
Beckford.
Come on, challenge the ball, man.
Continue, Rich. Headed away by Green. Constant Spring inching their way up now into Augustown territory. This is Tariq Wilmot with the throw. Hit and hope, and again wide effort. So not much football being played in the second half, to be fair. The ball has been whacked wildly a few times. Ball has gone into touch several times so far in the second half. And neither team managing to keep the ball on the turf and weave attractive patterns, Nathan.
Yeah, it's strange. It's a game that started off with such attractive football and has now petered out to some route one, long throw, booming kicks. I wonder if the surface has finally taken its toll and players are now totally suspicious of it, afraid almost.
Here's Green. Hudson, back to Green. Trying to find Coombs, the freshman. Coombs sets it down, goes with the left-footed cross, and misdirected because that's not where Javone Johnson was running to.
So the tempo on this game really has gone down several notches. It's left room, in my opinion, for one of these teams to take it by the scruff. It's who now will dominate probably the next 10 minutes, who may dictate how the rest of this game will go. I think it's ripe for a goal. I think this is the best time to try and get a goal and then hold on to it.
Hudson gives it away with a needless attempt at a flashy flick. Turns it over to Constant Spring. Another cheap turnover, this time from a man in white. Here's Coombs. Loose touch from him. And he sends it to Johnson. Can he get onto the end of this? Quick he is Johnson, and he finds it. Needs help though. Call from the Constant Spring boys, no foul. And Johnson trying to get a deflection and find a teammate. It almost worked out for him. Green heads into safety.
Definitely can't knock the effort there to get across into the box from that position by Johnson was pretty impressive.
Yep. This is Tariq Wilmot. Goes long. Turned away. Hoops. It stopped running. And so the pass from Williams was intended for him, but stopped to admire his work after turning his man and then followed the play. Here is Reed. Ball long, and the goalkeeper. I'm not sure Robert Henry expected the ball to bounce that way. I was a bit surprised in the end, but then I'm certainly he was relieved to see it clear his crossbar. But again, the bounce of the ball, unpredictable.
That constant. I'm going to blame you, that Georgie.
I've sowed the seed in your head.
You sowed the seed and it's just played out. I mean, you cannot predict how this ball will bounce.
Yeah. One of the things I've had the pleasure of doing is being a part of commentary for the Royal Navy Premier League since about 2014. So that would be 11 years now. So it was always a habit of mine, or has been a habit of mine. When I go to the grounds, I use my pen and stick it into the surface. Constant Spring is the field where I've lost my pen, meaning the pen has been broken. And I do it with the same force everywhere just to see how soft it is or how hard it is. And let me tell you, man, I tell you, Constant Spring, what we're looking at is grass growing on concrete. It is hard. And then you would know that where you have uneven grass, you're going to have unpredictable bounce. And when the surface is hard as well with the uneven grass, then it's really a lottery. Ball played forward, looking for Ika Hudson, but he's so short, dominated aerially, and he couldn't get on the end of that one. Tariq Wilmot with the clearance, lovely touch by Javier Wilmot. For a moment it looked lovely. Cleghorn trying to dance around his man, bailed out by Coombs, but both of them ended up fouling. Clark in the midfield. Hudson snaps back, and Ramon Breville, disgusted with the quality of pass that came to him, I saw him flash off his teammates to say, gentlemen, you need to pass the ball better than that.
You can't blame him. If you're going to take a quick, it at least has to go to your teammate.
For sure. That man again, Gareth Henry, safety first, not taking any chances. Let's give away the throw and reset the defense, is seemingly what he's saying. Happy to give up the throw there and then direct traffic and organize Gareth Henry. Still in my book, the player of the game so far. Pedlar's cross to nobody in white. Cleghorn didn't take it too cleverly. Shot on the target from the volley. No, it was off target, shot on the volley. There was a chance, and he slaps his hand in disgust at his own effort, Kaliki Richards. That really ought to have asked a question of goalkeeper Robert Henry from that distance.
think he's slapping his hand because he realized he had a lot more time on his hands. Settle the ball, take your chance. That was a disappointing effort when you look at this replay. It should have been better. It must have been better.
Nice header to him from the substitute, Tafari Richards. And why did he snatch at that? Only he will know. As you say, Nathan, had time to do something different than what he tried
to do.
And tried the volley and made a hash of it. 57th minute. So Constant Spring having their chance, but that man, number 27, Koliki Richards, with 16 goals to his name this season, couldn't find number 17 there. Header back. Don't know if that was intentional, but it brought out a save for the cameras from goalkeeper Jean-Luc Wilmot.
Come at the man. Goalkeeper didn't miss his chance.
Beckford short to Wilmot. And there are 3 Wilmot brothers on the pitch. Hudson's flick is nice this time. Oh, Johnson's throw on goal. Johnson over the head of his man and he goes down. Will he get the penalty? Referee says yes.
That's definitely a penalty.
Brilliant from Javoni Johnson. The most dangerous man in red on the pitch all night. He hasn't been getting the service. The ball broke to him fortuitously, but he had the sense of mind, recognized that his defender was in trouble, went for what we call in G Sports the pile, and his man slipped and brought him down in the process, as we see the replay. The ball played over the top, and it was misjudgment from Beckford, his first mistake of the night. And look at the pile, as the man collapsing in a heap at his feet, number 23. Chamberlain, the substitute, falling and being piled for his troubles, and in falling he took down Javoni Johnson, who is happy to feel the pain in exchange for winning a penalty for his team. Augustown set to turn form on its head, beaten 4-0 by this Constant Spring team in the regular season, holding them to a goalless draw, and at this point they have the chance to take the lead in the game that matters more than any other up to this point, the semi-final of the Kasafa Championship. Can Johnson pick himself up and find the back of the net is the question. Wilmot on the line. Johnson and the ball. 12 yards between Johnson. Glory! He finds the back of the net. Javoni Johnson puts Augustown in front and goes down. Now he's feeling the pain. Now he can afford to wallow in whatever misery he's feeling, because he has put Augustown in front, so he can take some time now and get his pain soothed.
You would have never thought it in the first 15 minutes that we'd be here saying Augustown up 1-0.
Straight down the middle.
Was there ever any doubt?
Yep, Wilmot diving out of the way, went right, fooled by Johnson. And then he remembered, oh, I have an injury. Yeah. The ball played through to him from Danilo McKenzie, and somehow Beckford, who hadn't put a foot wrong up to that point, hesitated in making the clearance, and it was in hesitating that he miskicked. And Johnson ran through and saw arriving at Notts Alain Chamberlain, who then went into a slip, and Johnson went for the pile. Wilmot with the cross, blocked, standing firm there. Looks to be Cleghorn, and no Constant Spring playing with urgency. Reed near post off the chest of the defender, who goes down. We're going to see these Augustown boys running some clock South American style from here on to the final whistle.
Well, I did say it, if someone could get that goal in the next 10 minutes, it probably is going to be what's going to change the pace of this game. I don't see Augustown chasing a second.
You're spot on. They have what they came for, the lead.
now the chess match begins, George. How will Constant Spring find their way back into this game against a team who seemingly has figured out the pick? They found the lock to that door and they've understood the Constant Spring game, and they are now dominating without even dominating.
Johnson again running through, running away from his defender. Pedler left in his way. Johnson looking for a pass. And Pedler does very, very well. Bailed out by Tariq Wilmot, and both of them combine to rob Johnson of the football. Ika Hudson, instinctive but inaccurate. Johnson still struggling with the left knee problem this time. Was a left ankle problem before. He's also holding his hamstring. He's feeling, what did Mastika say? Pain in every language.
He tried to play on. He credit him. He really to take up a whole penalty when you're injured is not an easy feat. To continue playing when you're injured, definitely not an easy feat. I think Coach Lille is hoping for the best here, but he may have to take his best player off the pitch.
I tell you what, he's not leaving this pitch. He's the hero right now. He's going to stay on for as long as he wants. I suspect he's milking some clock as well. Not saying he's feeling any pain, but he's running away from Pedler. But he looks across and the support isn't there. So he has to check back. Pedler got a toe on it, and then Tariq Wilmot ran over to complete the defensive action. Good defending from Constant Spring in that moment. But Johnson they'll need a welding torch to get him off this field, I can tell you. And he's back. From the first minute, looked the most dangerous man in a red shirt. And no surprise that it was him who created the opportunity, won the penalty, and then got up to dispatch it. It's that thing about speed in football, Nathan. Once you have pace, you are a threat. It's an adage as old as football. It's pace.
From Uruguay won the first World Cup to this day, it's always been pace. It's always been pace.
Good touch by Green. And Mari Brown, the skipper for Augustown, booting it into the night sky. 64th minute. Constant Spring, as we've told you already, played this Augustown team in the regular season, blooded their nose 4 times, beat them 4-0. Comfortable. Different script on this different evening. Holmes' touch is pretty. This is Hudson. And find Johnson with that pass though. And now Augustown look to be dominating proceedings. Expansive from Coombs, who's asking Cleghorn, well, why did you push me out of the way? I was going to control the ball and go forward.
Bit of a miscommunication there. Comical at least. And again, Green actually has been one of the better players for Augustown as well. He has been very solid over there on that left side. I mean, and I can't even call a side. I think he's played the entirety of that back line, left, center, and right. He really has been a player of assured quality back there.
Comfortable on the ball, good touches with either feet, with either foot. Yeah, there you go, George. And he's also a man with pace. Here's Wilmot, has been quiet in the second half. And then for Constant Spring, the home crowd paying for a card. Referee says, take the free kick quickly and go on. Wilmot, forward, looking for Kaliki Richards. Richards goes down. Which of the incidents would cause the free kick to be given? And Green goes into the book, but the free kick is at the other end. And this is what Constant Spring will like. I'm sure they'll prefer the free kick from this position. Pedler's delivery in the first half wasn't the best ever. I think he had 2 free kicks, neither of which was good. Not living up to his quality, Andrew Pedler, but can he do so in this most important moment? 66th minute, with this team 1-0 down. Over the top. Ika Hudson doing his job defensively.
One thing that we've not talked about, and it's really been a good thing, Coach Lela has his defensive unit playing very, very solidly. From the pressure that they had in those first few minutes till now, they've really looked the best defense in this game.
With the top, I disagree with you there. Speculative shot. It's wide and harmless.
In a game of attrition, we've seen where it's really been a tactical battle. It's been an excellent game to watch. Not the best chances, but it really has been the battle of two minds in Coach Lil and Coach Bell. And you've seen two teams who really responded well to what their coaches have asked. You've seen some players, like I said, wing back play in Jamaica. It's not something you see very often, but you've seen wing back play really make a huge difference in this game. And you've seen where the talent has risen to the top. It's an interesting game to see how it goes forward. You think a team that has a 23-goal scorer can find a goal to bring it back to 1-1, but somehow it's just not looked to be on for Constant Spring all night.
Yep. And to add to that, a 23-goal man is on the park for them, along with a 16-goal man. So that's 39 between two players. And then on the other end of the pitch, they've kept 10 clean sheets this season, Constant Spring. Not tonight, though. Green just lost the battle to Tariq Wilmot there, but then Wilmot very, very tame with the attempt. And now Gareth Henry runs across and he's berating someone, berating Green for not being strong in the tackle just now. Henry doesn't wear the captain's armband but seems to be a leader, not just in defense but in the entire team. Just reminding Green that you're a player of quality, you need to show your quality in every duel.
And that's a famed commentator's curse. As soon as you give them a compliment, you know what happens next.
Referee arguing with the physio to come in and treat the player on the pitch. He brought Gatorade. They say it's a crumb. And you can, pardon me for being cynical, listeners, I've seen this a million times in Jamaican football. A team, especially the underdog team, has the lead in the second half, then the South American tactics come in, which is fall for everything, imagined pain, writhing agony on the pitch if the breeze blows too hard, because they're running the clock down to 90. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Not one thing. It's worked.
Yep.
Argentina did win that last.
And it's done all over the world. So you never let anybody take the sanctimonious route and say, oh, this is bad football. Bertis Bell goes to his bench once again.
As we said, I think it's really going to be the bench that makes the big difference here. And you know, it's funny. Coach Lila seems to have taken on to that Italian style. It's the one and lock.
There you go.
You've seen that tactical change. They've now started to sit a little bit deeper. They've been very good as a defensive unit. They don't look worried about Constant Spring at this point. So it's an interesting game. Can Coach Bell figure out what to do?
Sean Cogle runs onto the pitch. Romain Reed, the dominant man in the first half of the first half for Constant Spring. Haven't called his name much in the second half. He's been withdrawn. Also coming on for Constant Spring, Samuel Halliman. And then on the other side, for Augustown, man wearing number 15 is getting ready to enter the fray. That's Javon Martin. So the goal scorer looks as if he really was in pain for real. Javon Johnson, the fast man, he's been removed. Ups off the field.
I didn't tell you, George.
Job done.
Job done. I told you the fact that he did look like he was carrying a little bit of a knock there after that tackle that led to the goal. An interesting change. You know, Coach Lilla really didn't want to take off Johnson, so it's a forced change. Will that change the dynamics?
Watch him when the referee shot the ball here.
In my opinion, they weren't looking for a second goal, so I don't think that changes the price of rice for them.
Yep. Richard Smith coming in, number 4. And look at the Augustown goalkeeper now. So Jevon Miller gone. Devonnie Johnson gone.
It's interesting, the physio hadn't even left the pitch yet.
Yeah, so I tell you, it's all about that from here. It's all about clock management from here. And referee Reed has to be mindful, and he has to be serious to say, gentlemen, you could waste, well, you could imagine that you're wasting time. The time is not being wasted because I'm adding back every second that you try to waste at the end of the night. So we could be here for 10, 15 minutes more, as extreme as they did at the World Cup, the last World Cup, where there was some extraordinary added time put up on the board by the fourth officials. Mr. Reed will say, yeah, well, you can lay down here for the whole night. I'm going to add the whole night to the end of the night.
Well, I'll take the trend. We thought we would have seen maybe a minimum of 5 in the first half, and we only saw 3, so who knows?
spectators packed cheek to jowl at the Constant Spring Field, taking in this semi-final. There's Bertis Bell. He has problems. 71st minute, his team not functioning as it did in the first 27 minutes of the contest. His ace marksman, there he is, number 10 on his back, hands on his hips, not getting the service he needs to get goal number 24 this season, Javier Wilmot. That man in the armband, in the red shirt, Romari Brown, and his colleagues in defense have worked it out after a wobbly first 27 minutes. And that man, David Layla, moving around the pieces in his team and getting them to be sure-footed after a rickety start. And he has a goal to hold on to.
And there I say Augustone, the University Town, has schooled Constant Spring tonight.
There you go. You had that one written down, didn't you?
I had to pull it out before the end of the night. Wow.
Jamal Williams there, trying to execute a skill that the boy Ainsworth from Cavalier has perfected. Shot from distance, was snatched badly. Constant Spring looks to be Kaliki Richards, and he acknowledges that he ought to have done better.
That's really been the downfall for Constant Spring this whole game. That final third where you're expecting that next pass to carry them into that phase to create the right opportunity. It's always been snatched. It's always been quick. It's not been the kind of precision that you expect from a Bertis Bell team. It's a little disappointing because, again, 39 goals that are sat there in the attack, and you've not seen a proper chance on goal from Constant Spring.
Yep. Well, just getting away from Jamar Williams there as he ran forward, but he doesn't mind. He runs, kills some more clock, and he allows his team to take their own sweet time about this throw-in. Green. Just a little shimmy up the line to get to the throw. Substitute on the end of that one, Javon Martin, and they win another throw, Augusta. They're doing everything in slow motion now because there's no hurry on their part to do anything. Gareth Henry says, leave the throw to me, and he's going to throw this long. Has a big throw on him, the little man.
Created at least one opportunity with that long throw. Let's see what he does
Flat
here.
and it's long and it's headed clear. Wilmot trying to switch the play, but should have gone the aerial route. Wilmot again. Can't get around Green.
You know, Giorgio, only disappointing thing, as you pointed out, that Constant Spring field has caught. You've seen it from the players. Every time that ball is coming at a bounce, there's this hesitancy.
Yeah.
There's this, you're wondering what's it going to do before I start to think. And that's the difficult part for these players. You want to be able to think ahead, to act and be more precise, but you can't. You don't know what's going to happen with the ball, and you see it each time.
Correct, you are. You can't do anything instinctive. Stepping away from the challenge was Wilmot. Beckford plays it forward. Brown to Green. Green crashing with Kaliki Richards, and the small man knocks the bigger man off the ball. Green won't mind that, because again he gets to run some clock. Richards has come off worse. They're saying it's a finger issue. Maybe his finger is dislocated because it looks bent out of shape from my vantage point. He may have landed, broken his fall with his thumb in a bad place. There's never Bertis Bell. And well, not surprisingly for a man of his caliber and a man who has seen as much football as he has, he's saying to his boys, calm down. 76th minute, there's still a lot of time to do what we need to do. We don't need to rush. Bertis Bell will never panic. And he'll say to his team, if you treat the football right, treat the ball, the object, properly, then the result will come. Richards leaves the field to get his finger sorted out. Meanwhile, Omari Brown The Augustown skipper goes long. Ika Hudson!
Ooh.
On the volley. For a moment, it looked threatening.
It did look threatening. But a shot on target is not a bad thing for Augustown at this point. It registers their intent, and it still gives Constant Spring something to think about. For the team who's not chasing that second goal, they're the ones who've created the better chances since that goal that has gone in.
Pedler switches play. Cross coming in, and Cleghorn turns it behind. And it's a goal kick. Yes, it is. There's an infringement on the play before Cleghorn played it behind for that corner of the ball and run out for a throw to Augustown on that far side. So Javonne James's penalty separates the teams. James has since left the pitch with a leg injury, a muscle injury for his sake. If Augustown go on to make the final, hope he's fit so he can assist his team once again as he did tonight. Good turn from Cleghorn. This is Henry. Cleghorn once again. Wilmot. Tafari now. Forward. Richards on the run. It's a good cross. And it's turned away. Man down in the box, and it's a penalty, says the referee.
It is indeed.
Putting his body on the line. Well, it's outside the box.
Free kick. Wow.
It's between the arc of the D and the 18-yard line. And the referee. No, it's a penalty. I'm confused because where the referee is standing, the referee usually stands at the point where he's wanting the ball to be placed. But the ball is being placed so deliberately by Wilmot. Well, this clearly isn't a penalty, it's a free kick. There you go, all right? So I thought the chance had been created for Constant Spring to equalize, but Wilmot will have to produce a moment of magic. This is the cross on there. This is a lovely cross. Just hung up, and Kaliki Richards went up early, and then barged over by Cleghorn was Wilmot, who knew the contact was coming. Can he find the goal from this free kick? It's inside the D. Wilmot for number 24 for the season on the ground. He finds it. That's what a 24-goal man on the season does. Javier Wilmot digs Constant Spring out of a hole, and the boys in white still have the belly for the fight. 1-1 in minute 79. Everything to play for.
That's what we call a beautiful free kick.
Cometh the hour, cometh the man. Javier Wilmot has been scoring for fun all season long. Wasn't getting the service this evening, but he won the free kick with an intelligent piece of play. And then look at him. On the ground, knew the wall would disintegrate. And the goalie only knew where the ball was when it crashed into the back of his net and rebounded close to him. And look at him beating his chest, and why not? He's saying that it's not only sure, it's me, I'm the man of yard.
If it was going to be anybody for Constant Spring, it was going to be Wilmot. So no surprises there, and it's game on.
No wonder Bertis Bell was telling them moments ago to be calm. Wilmot once again, Tariq forward. And here it is off the chest. Round. Henry, I think his foot stuck in there, but didn't concede the foul. Didn't give up the free kick. And Richard Smith completing the clearance. Here's Javier Wilmot. Kasafa Richards going in hard. Mackenzie, almost losing the handle on it. And look at Burgess Bell once again. Calm. Again, he's telling his players, just relax, just relax. Take it easy. Look at his hands. He's not worried. The clock never worries a man like him. He's played too much, coached too much, seen too much to be faced by being 1-0 down with 15 minutes left in a football match. That's an eternity, he'll tell you. There could be another 8 goals, he'll tell you. Augustown go to their bench once again. They've sent for number 12 this time, Wayne Beckford. And they're taking out number 6, Jamar Williams. So they want some legs, some gas up front. They want some speed. Number 20 is also coming in. That's Jonathan Boyden. Jonathan Boyden says to the camera, yo. He runs on to the park. On his big night, Javier Wilmot on the TV for the first time this season because Constant Spring didn't feature on opening night. His fans watching, his family watching, his friends watching. Lovely again from Gareth Henry, the man in the right place for Augustown. Where would they be without him? And he made a first touch into both a clearance and didn't give away the corner. Intelligent enough to concede the throw, which Constant Spring take. It's a flat one. Green went up high to clear, not far. Wilmot once again, sizing up the shot. Miss kick by Tafara Richards. Wayne Beckford losing that duel. Assistant referee on the far side says corner. Does he say corner? Yes, he does.
The referee who's calling this corner?
Well, you would have seen the flag from his assistant on this near side. Unless he has bionic eyes, he wouldn't have seen that himself. So he's working with his colleague who gave him the signal.
Interested at the opposing side. It looks very hard to judge the lines out there. The only thing that has really thrown the players off. But again, a tale of two halves.
Oh yes.
The second half has gone into that.
Pedler's corner. Pedler got a piece of it. Wilmot with the cross. Cleared by Cruz. Nice pass. Slide rule pass. Cruz again stepping in. Wilmot hangs it up. Pucks it out of the night sky. Someone telling Tafari to pass the ball. One of the Tafaris on the pitch are on Constant Spring, so one of the Tafaris must listen. And a Richards, and we have a Wilmot. Brown to Green. Augustown have to dig deep.
Suspect that they're now missing that spark that went off injured. You wonder where Augustown is going to get that goal from.
Yeah, that pace threat is gone. Holmes. Very strong in that shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. Mackenzie. Oh, just taking his eye off it for a moment there was Javon Martin. Ran away from him. From the good pass from Danilo Mackenzie, who's been very good. Here he is for Augustown this evening, we must remark. So too has Cleghorn. One of the other tall men in the Augustown team. But so intelligent of Wilmot on that free kick. He realized he was so close to the goal that it would be difficult to get the ball over the wall and down beneath the crossbar. So he says, you know what? I'm going to go on the floor especially because they're not going to expect me to go low. And he went there and, as they'd say in the streets, in bingo, he scored.
Indeed he did. Took his chance. Got his goal.
There are the Constant Spring fans energized by Javier Wilmot's goal.
And actually, really the Augustine fans. It's a good time in the stands right now. It just feels that there's one more goal in this game before the 90th minute.
Cleghorn to Henry. Henry shifts it to his captain. Gives it away. Man down in the midfield. The referee having a close look at him. This is Pedler. Back. Referee says halt. Looks to be a serious problem for a man in red. Looks to be Danilo McKenzie. Yes, it is. '87th minute. And they tried to slow the game down Augustown. They tried to game manage very soon after they went in front. But Bertus Bello saying to his boys, listen, I don't know why you are anxious. I don't know why you're in a hurry. Calm down. We have all the time in the world. 25 minutes, 15 minutes, that's a lot of time. He's been proven right as his marksman, Javier Wilmot, went into his bag and took out a free kick. Oh yes. Ball over the top by Halliman.
We've seen Constant Spring really take to this long ball in the second half. It's worked out for them because those long balls have really caused some chaos, if you want to say that.
What a finish from Javier Wilmot.
If only the whistle hadn't gone.
Oh yes. Maybe Henry would tell you that, well, I'd have made a save if I didn't hear the whistle. But he fouled the Cleghorn and then went for the audacious chip.
All that time wasting is going to lead to a beautiful few extra minutes here at the end of the second half. Something that could be really interesting.
Halliman giving up the throw there. Hope those fans have their own transportation. It's going to be a job getting public transport at this hour. It's after 11. They're sitting in place, standing in place, enjoying this semi-final in this Kasafa Championship. And many more who are not there are keeping our company here on this broadcast. Here's Henry. Doesn't use Cleghorn, goes long. Trying to find Wayne Beckford.
Got a little push off there. The tempo of this game really has gone down now since that goal. Both teams are trying to get to extra time and figure it out after that.
Well,
if someone wants to steal it in these last minutes, it will be an interesting few minutes as we end this game.
Cleghorn's touch for once wasn't clean. Jogging over there to take that throw. The man wearing number 4, Richard Smith. There he is. Gives it to the throw boss. Gareth Henry. Pick on by Coombs. Beckford misjudged it. And in the midfield, trying to find Tafari Wilmot on the run. Lovely turn away. And look, Green again over there with an emergency clearance. I'm being told 5 minutes time added. We're into that 5-minute period of added time. And for all the stoppages, had Constant Spring not equalized, Augustown would have said, well, it worked out because we wasted more time than has been added on.
I told you that referee would have been consistent with that.
This is Pedler off the chest of Javier Wilmot, but beaten to it by Danilo McKenzie, who is flung out of the way. Referee says free kick. Strong performance from Danilo McKenzie. Mentioned him already and mentioning him again.
Press them again, Justin. Press them up front again.
Hint.
Don't let them out. Don't let them out.
Ooh, excellent touch.
Almost worked out. Olika Richards trying to hurry up with the stool. Aliman bursting forward, giving him an overlapping option. He doesn't want it. That should have been a quick throw. Turned into a slow throw. Aliman, Perla going short and gets it. It was long with the pass. Headed clear. Kafari Wilmot, lovely first touch, bursts into the box, and he got across, puts the cross in! To nobody in white. Over dribbling there. The man, Jonathan Boyden, with a break chance on for Augustown. Very disappointing. Just took a heavy touch. Allowed the defender to stretch in. And dose that fire. Here's Cleghorn. Dangerous back pass to his captain. Finds Green. Composed from Green.
This game really has gone to a Peter. So we really are seeing two teams that are just working towards extra time at this point. Hoping for the best. Maybe we can steal a goal at the end here, but it looks like we're on for 30 more minutes. Fun,
at least.
Hey,
we're gonna have to spend some time from 12 yards to settle this game.
I'll this back left, yeah?
94th minute. When you have 23 goal man in the team plus a 16 goal man, you have the basis on which to be calm when you're in the second half and the goal down in a semi-final. You say, well, why should I panic? I have guys who can score.
So said so done, Constance. Worked their way back into a game that it seemed had slipped out of their hands, and they've very much put themselves back in a place where they can do something big.
Clark. Oh, sends it away. Is this a chance? Again, look who's there. Gareth Henry, the fireman in chief. And he got there just in front of Sean Kogel. It looked as if he was racing through to strike with the left foot. But Henry onto him in a flash.
That was the chance for Constance Spring to end this game before the end here. That was the chance.
Sure, if Burtis Bell could have picked a play to be running through, it wouldn't have been Sean Kogel. And referee Reed has seen enough. The teams can't be separated at the end of regulation time. Hard-fought contest. Augustown went in front from the penalty spot. Javoni Johnson won the penalty, got up, turned on the penalty, left the field shortly after with an injury. And then it was another set piece because Javier Wilmot, the 23-goal man, from inside the D, he won the free kick. And then he was clever and precise, blasted it home low. The goalkeeper, too shell-shocked to attempt the save. His only reaction was to see which part of the net the ball had hit so he could retrieve it. At the end of 95 minutes, Constant Spring 1, Augustown 1. We are going, ladies and gentlemen, to play extra time.
Easter vibes may be fading, but let's take a colorful look back at the paint and play fun.
Today is beautiful. I actually wanted her to do something Easter, so I'm glad she was able to get out and do this. She loves painting, so she loves the whole entire event.